What is up, guys? Look at that. My voice comes on, hopefully, right at 8:15. I don't know about y'all, but I am the most punctual guy that plays with knives. I don't give myself any more credit than that. And I will never leave y'all hanging. If I do, it's because I'm struggling with something technological, and that just happens. I will try to communicate with you. But happy Friday night flicks. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. The week is over. Hopefully, most of y'all got some R&R time coming up. That's all I've had lately. It's kind of crazy. Can y'all hear me okay? Let me go up here and start saying howdy to people. I've been seeing y'all chatting amongst yourselves, and I love that. I don't know if people like that. Like coming soon's the wrong thing. I need to change it around in Canva. I need to come up with just a screen where music can play for the 5 minutes before it starts or something. I don't want it to be like a, you know, come wait. I'm just, if you're going to be hanging out, you might as well have some tunes. We got brother Joe Isabella, my brother from another mother. We got brother Marco in the house, brother Colby Venable, all channel members, all supporters of Javon's Night Flicks, and all very much appreciated, just like Angelo is, who is now a moderator, even though he wasn't earlier, he noticed, because he was a black sheep. But we changed that even before we went live, because I don't want to leave anybody out. And I love each and every one of you guys. And like I say in my videos, and I know that probably gets old, but when you talk to yourself like I do and just do a top down video and you try to record a couple a day, try to get at least one out a day, you kind of try to get a little format for an intro and a going away. My going away is choose debate, not hate. But starting out, I do always want to draw attention to the fact that I appreciate channel members so much, but I also never want to feel, I don't never want anyone to feel like I don't appreciate anyone who takes the time to watch my content. There's a lot out there. I'm not a hard user. I watched something the other night. I didn't watch it live, but I watched Duty's live stream. I don't know if any of y'all caught it. We'll talk about that because that's something I wanted to throw in later. I've got a note in my head that I'll bring it up when we get into rant time. I thought it was great. But there's some great. I was watching some Stasa content before the live stream started, and I'll be honest, I don't watch a lot of knife content right now because A, I don't want to get preconceived notions of knives that I might check out, and B, I just don't have a lot of time. I try to make content, if you would call it that. But the point is, I think Duty made a good distinction, which I might even change I don't know, I might even change my description, but I'm more of a show and tell knife guy. And I know that paper is not the end all be all of what people cut. And I know there are a lot of people in the community like Stasa, like Jared, like Duty that do cut tests and stuff like that. And that matters to a lot of people. And I don't want to ever have people think I'm not belittling or speaking down to that group of people. I'm just not that guy. I'm a urban city guy who cuts open packages, a bag of cat food, God knows what else, but very rarely am I cutting hardcore shit, right? But I still love knives. And I hope that I don't want anyone to think that I'm an expert. I always tell people in my professional world, digital marketing, if anyone ever tells you they're an expert, run, because there is no such thing. B, I have my own subjective likes and dislikes. C, there are a lot of knives I really like and I like to show off. And I don't like to select knives when I'm offered a chance to look at a knife that I don't think I'll like, because I'm not a super picky guy. I do want my knives, for example, and this is going to be the just FYI for you early comers. This is going to be just the subscriber giveaway for tonight. This is a unique knife. This is a County Com. Well, one of my favorite, just weird titanium. I've got all kinds of County Com stuff. This right here, my little titanium sapphire reed blade steel thing that I use in videos I got at CountyCom. Really cool stuff. But this is their exclusive Vosteed Mini Nightshade and Ultim. It's a great little knife. The Nightshade is probably one of my favorite Vosteeds, but that's something I wanted to talk about too, because companies like Vosteed, um, I don't get to look at a lot of the number of knives that a lot of reviewers do, but I am lucky enough to get to look at several knives. For example, I got to look at this mini acorn. I didn't get to look at the full size acorn. It's a very simple knife, but to me, it's unique in its own way. I'm a big fan of Lou. I met them at Blade Show 2 years ago. They had seen some of my knife flipping videos when I was doing a lot of those driving. We had a really nice chat, and I was able to help them a little bit with the mink sheath, their first fixed blade. And I'm a big fan, right? That doesn't mean that I don't ever want anyone to think that I won't give a bad review. I don't like to give negative reviews. I could get a lot more views if I reviewed every knife that I didn't necessarily like that much. It's just not my nature. I will definitely point out things like I did on this Vosteed that'll come out this week coming up. I wish they did that steel lock bar in black. Perfect access, great G10, really a neat knife. Love the black wash blade. They do this in all different finishes, so I understand that that was probably a manufacturing choice, so that it would go into however many of these black ones they made. But it would be nice if that was black. So there were some couple of things I try to point out on every knife, and I saw something on duties that somebody in the chat, and I was just watching it on repeat, talked about this CJRB Pyrite Light that they'd seen a lot of reviewers talk about how good it was, and they got one that was crappy. It was one of the worst knives ever. I hate to hear that. I actually reviewed this knife. They sent it to me. I've had and bought with my own money the original pyrite. Y'all might remember it was the one that had the titanium scales, but they were really just skins. Came from Atlantic Knife. They're shady. I don't do business with them. Me personally, had a couple of bad experiences. But then I got the pyrite cleaver, which was really a Warncliffey sheep's footy blade because I love the knife. I thought it was one of the best budget knives last year. So when this one came out, I was a little bit hesitant, but they asked me if I wanted to check it out. And I said, sure. I was hesitant because it's FRN. But the way that the FRN is done is it's inset with steel liner. So it feels very, very stable. There's absolutely no what I call the old school bug out flex. I can squeeze that and it does not move. It is solid. And what's cool about this particular pyrite, it is thin. Now, this person that was dissatisfied might have tried to baton it. I don't know. This is for me though, for like $35. What a great knife. But I'm not trying to mislead anybody. I'm not trying to say because I'm taking time to record. We got a problem. That was close. We didn't step on any pads. We didn't change the sound. That was Tippy coming through to say what up. But I don't want anyone to ever think that, because one of the things they mentioned that there are a lot of reviewers out there, and there are. I mean, you guys are all very, very wise people. You watch a lot of reviewers like I do, and Duty's point was very valid that there's certain people, he didn't call any names, but they're really with their thumbnails, with things like this, with things like that, and the way that they say every knife's the greatest knife, are kind of taking advantage of the newcomers to the community. And I think about it objectively, we were all taken advantage of in some way. I mean, taken advantage of was me being pulled out of the guitar buying shit I didn't need world into the knife shit I didn't need world that came with a whole group of people that I loved. So it's a win. And the people, ironically, that I started watching that were very influential to every knife I bought because of a review typically, or a drop that was coming up because somebody that I trusted had hyped it. And I'm friends with all those people now, with the exception of just a few. And it's just that I choose not to watch their content anymore. No hard feelings. It's just I hope that you guys, if and when you watch, and we're gonna have this giveaway off one of my lowest viewed videos that came out this week, and I've been terrible with content. I know it's not that great. We're gonna leave a comment there in a little bit. The members giveaway link is pinned, should be pinned at the top of the chat. So I'd love 100% participation. Chris229, who I saw in the chat, who I haven't gotten to say hi to yet. I believe this is one of the knives he sent in to be given away. This is a beautiful black wash titanium Damascus. I put a screaming 17.5-inch edge on it. M plus Corvid. Before I give it away, before we get into this later, I will grab my fixed blade Corvid S and show you why I think this Koch Tools design is just an excellent design. I don't know what's going on with Tippy, guys. I apologize. But this live stream, if it goes down just randomly, blame it on the cat, and I'll go live again in just a couple of minutes. But my point was, I don't ever want you guys to think, chances are, if you watch a video, it's going to be a knife that I think's pretty good, whether it's the value, whether it's the way it makes me feel, because that's kind of what my channel's predicated around, is kind of being a user, kind of being a noob, kind of somebody who doesn't know and doesn't use knives super, super hard, but yet uses them several times a day to open cat food. Tippy watched me open treats today. I've been carrying my little Grail, my little mini Arius, and she's thought it was great. We opened cat food, we gelled, we chilled on it. It was all good. And that to me is hard use. That's using my shit, right? But I don't ever want you guys to think I'm anything more than just somebody who likes knives. And if I say I think this knife's Javon approved, and you happen to get a bad one that's not great, every link ever on any of my link trees, and anybody you do business with, as long as they're a credible retailer, will take the knife back. If you get a bad knife, I've gotten a couple before, and I send them back. It's never been a big deal. I realize it's not 100% deal all the time, but I won't lead you astray. And I'm not in it, even though I've started to use affiliate links, even though I think they're kind of necessary for me to stay alive. And if you're going to be shopping for knives, if you choose to use my links, that's great. If not, that's great too. But I don't ever want you to think that that's going to sway my decision. I don't ever want you to think, because I had an opportunity to check out a knife that I've been reaching out to them about because I'm a fan of their knives, which is another thing. I reach out to companies, they don't reach out to me. Some do, but I don't answer them because I was interested in it. I'm very, very thankful that they had faith and confidence in me to show it. But that doesn't mean if I find a problem, I'm not going to point it out. I'm just going to tell you how I think about it and try to show you what Duty kind of, I think, accurately coined as show and tell channels. I think of myself maybe, and I don't want to belittle it, but kind of as a show and tell channel where I'm showing you the things that I used to make. Maybe they were uninformed decisions, but I've got, and most of y'all now, a lot of y'all have these knives that I bought and brought into my collection a long time ago, but they were based on look, based on action, based on someone showing it to me and telling me about it. And I don't think I ever bought anything because somebody told me it was the greatest. I do remember there was a lot of hype around the F5.5. I remember that was one of my first, and I'm sorry to go on a rant so early, but that was one of my first knives that I felt my particular specimen, the hype didn't match the knife, because mine had kind of had the light detent. It was the brown or the natural micarta. I still have it. I was able to get the detent worked out. It's titanium liner. Took some, memorization to get the liner just right, but I think I've got it good. I love the way it fits my hand. However, every other F5.5 I've held has been great. So for the price, looking back at it, yeah, it was a great knife. And I've bought a lot of knives on hype. I don't ever say do like I did. I haven't, as you guys know, since I haven't been doing the regular corporate 9 to 5 thing, I've not been buying knives like I used to. But that was just, I'd switch disposable income from going into guitar gear that I didn't need into knives that I didn't need. And then when I started the channel, the whole beginning of my channel up until kind of recently, every now and then I had a knife that had been sent in or someone had let me review, like Tim or Suzanne Kell, but they were all my knives. So I was reviewing my collection, right? And that's what I want to do. But right now, I'm currently not buying knives. So I'm seeking out knives to try, a lot of which I send back. And I'm happy to do so, like Austin at Traditional Pocket Knives, who I think the world of. I think the world of his business. I know he ships very, very quickly. I know he's a very credible guy, and he took my hedgehog. Y'all watched it live last week or the week before. The spring broke, and unfortunately, they were out of the purple camo carbon fiber, which I wasn't a huge fan of because it wasn't as purpley as I would have liked it to be. So they did have the pink in stock, which I got, which matches my feel good. But I also checked and the scales fit perfectly. They're a little thinner because, they're all done kind of by hand. They're matched to the bolster. But if I want to, I kept my other broken spring QSP TPK Hedgehog, but the customer service was great on it. I'm a huge believer in companies like that. So I've had bad experiences. There's a video on it. There's a company that I still follow them on Instagram just to see what they're selling, and I'm sure they're good people. But I know that there's some companies. Uh-oh, sorry guys. No, no, Tip. No, no. She's trying to dance on my soundboard. She's doing this on purpose, and I apologize. This is not very professional. Sit. So anyway, into that story, it was I urge you guys, there are a couple of videos I'm going to urge you to watch. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Average Knife Bro. I love his videos. He did what an unboxing today. It wasn't really an unboxing. It's hilarious. I thought it was great. I urge you guys to check it out. Really good stuff. And so yeah, and also Duties Live, because it was about scammers, and we'll talk some about that because I know we've talked here about scammers in the community, and what was interesting is listening to the people, because you can read the comments. I didn't know this because I never watched lives after they've been live, but watching Duties, because of the title, you could see people commenting about people that I'm very aware of. The few people that took Advanced Knife Bro, exactly, Mike Reese. Absolutely great video he put up today. He just moved. I think he's awesome. Awesome, Angelo. Y'all paste, share links. Y'all follow each other. Weldon Carey, what's up? But I was going off on a tangent. I forgot what it was. I don't need to go too deep. But the Duties scammer video. So the scammers that I'm aware of, Monster Racing, I'm going to put Slicey Dicey in that category. I was not that aware of those guys, right? I mean, I was aware of those guys, but Duty had no idea who they were. The people he was talking about, what's up, Kathleen Smith, are people that I'm familiar with. He only mentioned one by name. And I've had personal involvement with the situation with that person that was resolved. But at the same time, there have been situations, I never talk about them and never would, but where I've been in situations, because sometimes when I hear about something that's not being handled on the up and up with people in the community that I know, I will inject myself. And I usually have a good friend who's also kind of well known in the community join me to kind of mediate and try to make things right before they blow up. Because I don't think drama is good for anybody. I think scamming sucks. I think thievery sucks. I think taking advantage of people sucks. And I know from the 3.5 years that I've been present and blessed to be in the community, there haven't been a lot. I'd say it's a real low percentage, but they're there. They're here. I don't know if they're here now, like right now, but it's the the monster racing thing. I was texting him. He was texting me like every other day. I didn't have a channel. We were both just in the chat, but he was, he played a lot of people, and I'm kind of above average intelligence, even though it doesn't appear that way because I've done a lot of damage. But you you have to, or you want to. I want to assume the best in everybody. But what I've kind of come to learn is you have to be weary, or that's probably the wrong word, but you have to be on the lookout. Look at and there's certain signs that you can look for. Indeed, he went through a lot of those. I'm not going to go through it here, but I found it a very good watch, and that's one of the things I wanted to be able to point out. I haven't watched a lot of content this week, but I'd like to find good content I like, or content that I'm not really sure about, and challenge y'all to go watch it and let me know what you think. I'm trying to find ways to make it more transparent's the wrong word because there's a lot of transparency, but it's you just have to look out for people, right? And a lot of us, we know each other. We talk, we text. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that your buddy who you deal with every day is a scammer. I'm just saying, Kevin, been a member for 13 months, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Where's my and see, I can't even get my effects set up. Thank you so much, buddy. But my whole point is trust but verify. Trust but verify. Knives are live. What is up, channel member? Good to see you, brother. Yo, yo. And I need to make you a moderator because I think you're not. Hold on a second. I apologize. I'm pounding this. I was real groggy this afternoon, so I picked up a couple of Starbucks double energies that I get, and it's kind of kicking in a little bit. And I'm getting ready to have to Mike Reese, you're not a moderator. Let me add you so you can share links. But I'm getting ready to have a chillax, and those are really good. I had those last week. Nozzle Life, there you are. Why are you green? Because you're not a moderator. What that allows you to do is share your link, share your IG, share your Etsy store. But I'm going to go through here and say howdy to Todd Carr starting at the bottom. My brother Paul Mills is here. He's probably been here for a while. I've not been checking it out. I should start at the top because I'll never get caught up that way. Let's go. Got Joseph S. is in the house. We've got Acid Test Kids, channel member. We got Brother Dang Ross, channel member. My north of the border, Todd Carr, who I just said hey to. Brother Paul again. And I didn't even go all the way up. Weldon Carey, channel member. Good to see you, buddy. We've got Bama Ninja Timmy from right across the interstate from me. We've got Crazy Roach, my brother from another mother, and a channel member. Mike Reese, who should now be a moderator, even though they're not showing up on my screen that way. We got Knife Nut 69, channel members in the house. We have got scrolling. If I pass you, I'm not doing it on person. Cheeto Zuma's Revenge. Be vigilant all day long. I bet that is brother Chito Bandito. Chito. I love it. But if not, welcome. I'm glad you're here, dude. But yeah, there's some couple of really cool knives I wanted to talk to you guys about. Show you this one. Again, we'll do a giveaway, and I've already got a video picked out that is just tanked. And I figure if nothing else, y'all could just watch it, leave a comment, and we'll pick a name. There's one comment in there now, so it's in good shape. The Nip Light. What did anybody think of the Nip Light? And I'm biased because I literally I had none given to me. I bought 3 regular nips. I bought the traditional pocket knives, black, because to me this is a mini Jaeger. I love the size of this knife. I love the sliciness of this knife. I love the fact that it was S90V and titanium. It was a little high, but $199 less 10% discount. So I picked up the traditional pocket knives, the White Mountain knives. Oh, that's not it. That's my Nip Light. But the White Mountain knives and one from Devo, the Purple Nurple. And then Lefty sent me this one to check out, which is the purple, the one that surprisingly, and maybe not because there are some other cool colors that was selling the least amount of. This knife, and this knife for somebody like me who's not a hard user, who doesn't know the difference, these knives are made and feel identically similar. And for $99, which is this one, minus 10%, which is, I don't know what that is because I don't do math, but I think it's a great little knife. I was very impressed with it. I know there's still, I think he said there's still a few left. Not trying to push them by any means, but I've always been a nip fan. It was my favorite Devo knife. However, this is my old, not old, this is my original Lush that I bought. I originally bought the blue carbon fiber, and JD for EDC was nice enough to trade with me because he knew I tried to get this one, but it sold out first. And I forget what this one was called. But in terms of just a neat, unique knife with fantastic action, with ergos for me, keep in mind, urban cat food cutting, slicing guy who's not beating. I've got knives that I can beat the hell out of, especially fixed blades, but this is a great knife. I want to say this might have been around 199 too. But had I been buying knives, had I been in the knife buying mode, I would have grabbed a black glow carbon, just because I thought it was that good. And this knife is probably right now my favorite Devo knife, even though it's probably the most unconventional. But again, for what I do, just cut basic shit. I love the wire clips because they're easy on my pants, kind of easy on my jam, and they really really work. Um, but something else that I really want to show you guys, and I don't know, did I show this last Friday? I've been carrying an appendix style. This is a little custom chode. You guys might have remembered, and Jason might stop by tonight. This has got two finger choils. This is not a J-Cal. It's just a custom little Grant. I can get a full 4 on it. It's got a little bitty inch and a quarter blade. Super deep hollow grind. And I don't know if you can see this, but he started to bevel. I haven't picked up one of Jason's knives and probably before he moved. I think the last knife I picked up, and I'll grab it here. I've got to do a video on all my Jason Grant collection, but he also has these beads. You've probably seen them on Instagram in a couple of colors. They're 3D printed, but just a very cool little knife. And then, yeah, it's not an everyday get it done. It's your one and done, but for keeping it right on my appendix, which it carries fantastically well. He's got the sheath going with this jimping. And that's where your main snap comes from. But just an absolute little banger. And then Paul Mills had sent me this little pedal, which these are the two fixed blades that I've been carrying, both of them right to the right of my belt buckle. But to me, who loves folders, who got into it because of the action, that led to action and looks were everything to me. But it was all about why would anyone want a fixed blade? I didn't even look at them right when I first started collecting. Couldn't understand the allure of them, but they just work great. They're super functional. I love them. And there's some good ones out there. I wanted to point out one to you guys. I think I might have pointed it out last week, but there's a great knife, and we'll look at it on Instagram. We'll try to stay away from retailer sites. But let's see if I missed anybody. Who else we got here? Michael Morgan Mimo. What is going on, channel member? What is going on, brother from another mother? everybody, I should have, let me check. I should have this pinned at the top. That should be the channel member giveaway. All you got to do is leave two. You could write TO. That could be your comment. Just as long as it's not a cuss word and emojis, we'll be able to pick it up and we'll draw from that. And the great thing about that particular giveaway is you can just leave a comment. And if you have to bail, you can bail. It's a one and done. You don't have to be here to win that one. And then we'll give away the Ultim Fostede Mini Nightshade, which again, the shilling cutler is one of the coolest designs. The only knife I've ever been scammed on, which was my own fault for trying to buy it for 99 bucks off a bogus website, was the box chillin'. So when the first Nightshade came out, which I wasn't privy to the nice one, but I picked up a purple G10 that one of you guys won. And then I picked up a mini Nightshade in G10, which I really, really liked. One of you guys won that. And then CountyCom, when I joined up with them, because again, I buy tons of CountyCom crap, like my Reach DX laser light. Check this thing out. With my tritium. But they've got some cool stuff. But this is going to be just the regular giveaway. And we'll do this on a video. Tell you what I can do. We can, members, the video will be up and I won't change it for a while. But let me go change the link to the video that I want y'all to comment for. Just anybody, members, subscribers, browsers. If you're a browser, if you subscribe, that'd be awesome. If not, I get it. But the video that we're going to drop a comment on that I can pull from easily and give it away, because I think it's got one comment. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, shush. Let me see. Hold on a second. Yep. Brother Mike Reese has commented on it. So he gets 2 entries. But this is the video. And all you have to do, I'm going to share it and pin it. Give me one sec. This is just going to be the Nightshade, mini Nightshade. All right, the one pinned at the top of the chat in 5, 4. I forgot. It's going. Oh, here it is. Boom. Replace pinned message. All right, so that should be a link to the video that is the Corvid M Plus. If you guys go there, we start queuing some comments. We can draw for that earlier than later, but that'll be the main giveaway video, and then we'll go back to the member giveaway video. And if you guys haven't had a chance to register for that one, because this is a badass knife, and I was going to grab my fixed blade, but it feels just, the fixed blade's a tiny bit smaller. It's probably the same size as the Corvid M, because if I'm not mistaken, the Corvid, which is a Koch Tools design, just a carver. I mean, just a sweet knife. But I think it comes in 3 sizes. It comes in that little tiny one, which is cool. But then it came in the M, which is the same size as my fixed blade, which is the S. Hold on a second. I don't even have to get up. So I picked up the Corvette S, which is that guy. But what makes this knife so good is it cuts like a freaking laser beam. And then they had the tiny one. So I think there were only 3 sizes of Corvettes. I could be wrong. Concept I've not had a ton of experience with. I want to have more experience with them. I was a little disheartened watching Lefty last night saying that they were thinking about letting other people do the lush because this, again, like I said, my favorite, and it was kind of like my connection to concept. But they did reach out to me and send me this Mikhail Williamson's budget knife that I was going to talk to you guys about. That I think the unboxing went live today. But this is a unique full size knife. I love the backspacer. It's a button lock that has, it is a big knife, bigger than the Pair 2, but that has amazing ergos, even though it's very angular. And that backspacer does not feel uncomfortable. I've not run it through a ton of cardboard, but I'm going to. D2 blade, kind of got a weird little Tanto tip there, but just glassy smooth. Kind of smooth, micarta, which I wish that was a little different micarta or a different material personally. But this particular variation, I don't know what else it comes in, but I want to say it's about a $50 knife. But it's a big guy, has whacked it, didn't spine whack, didn't have any problems with that. Cuts like a beast, has fantastic ergos. I mean, it really does. And I don't know much about Michael Williamson, but I've seen his name in the community. I've seen some of his designs, and it's only a flipper only, or you can just button flick it. It doesn't have a front flipper. Wish it had studs. I can middle finger flick it, as can you, but you have to get far back on the blade. For some reason, you can't break, I can't break the detent right here. But if I get down on the tip, I can middle finger flick it, but I don't feel comfortable doing it. So, yeah. But again, I just got that the other day, trying to get more budget knives, right? Stuff that you guys can check out. You know, I never know I know what type of content gets the most. Ooh, which is the Vankerlot knife nut? Hold on a second. Let me just Google it. Nightshade. But yeah, I will say that that Vosteed right now, to me, is doing as cool stuff as anybody. But there are a lot of people doing cool stuff. I just am not privy to as much of it, probably, as I am of Vosteed. But I just love the fact that they push the envelope on lock types. Uh, Yeah, hopefully they come out with the knife now. I mean, they've got so many cool. I like their top lock. One of the favorite knives that I've tried from them that I didn't own, but my buddy A to Z EDC has, and you guys might have it, is the original Psyop. Mere salt. The Psyop is great. I thought it was a fantastic knife. It's a collaboration. Somebody else, Tough Knives, Jeffrey Bielaut, or however you pronounce his last name. What's up, Kyle Coonley, Mere Salt? What is going on, Double D? Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. The link up there, you guys smash the like bar if you want to when you go up there, but definitely leave a comment in that cheesy video that I've got 46 views on from yesterday, I think, which makes me think I'm just falling off. Not that I was ever on. That's one thing I never can do. I can never get a ton of views unless I do like fixed blade compilations. People love that, or a fixed blade video, which I have a hard time because I'm not a hard user filling the dialogue with enough to talk about unless I'm comparing it to other knives. So if I take 5 or 6 fixed blades and throw them together, and I still owe y'all from the collection dive, you know, I've got a collection playlist as of about a month ago, and I don't think much has changed. Few have, but I never got to my main fixed blades, my little tiny ones, the ones that I keep in here. So I will try to get those. Try to get in this weekend. Are you making it out of leather, or are you making it out of Kydex? All right, I've just got to go to the bottom, and I've got to get caught up. What I'm gonna try to do. Knife Eclectic Marty, what's up? Five Door, I see you're in there, my man. I see you in there, my man. Kyle, I want you to know I shared today on my story. I'm going to go to Instagram because there was something else I was going to show y'all. But Jacob, and I know you're just kidding me, but just because I like small knives doesn't mean that I'm a fan of his because of the other stuff he makes too. I just haven't gone that way, right? And the Chickadee is one that I don't even carry a ton now. I still carry them. I've got 3, but they were the knife that it was a fixed blade that brought me into a whole world of fixed blades. So check this one out. Again, I don't know what it's I can probably find out what it's priced by just looking at the post. Let's see what it says. 276 or 270.60 shipped. And it looks like a second because of unwanted mill lines, which I'm guessing are these lines that are CNC'd into the blade. But that's a little bit bigger knife, and I think he makes cool stuff. So the Chickadees are cool, right? I mean, I know you guys don't think they're cool. I know Shane loves them, but he does some cool stuff. And he's done several little shop tours, and I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen shop tours that have blown you away. I don't see a lot of them, shop tours, but I just thought his was so small, such more of a shed with liquid nitrogen and shit in it that I was just impressed. And I was also impressed by his rugged look. But yeah, I'm just a big fan. And the Chickadees, when you take the scales off of them, because you can't see the blades, they are acid test kids. I bought the two of the ones I got came from the secondary, one from Lefty, one from Honey Bear, and I got great deals on them. I bought the one new from River's Edge Cutlery. So I don't know. I know that running a business is more than just what it costs. What the product costs to manufacture and what you cost to sell it for, because there are other little variables there. I don't think I've not met. Maybe there are a few, but I don't think these guys are taking advantage of the community by selling knives. Hold on, I wanted to show y'all something. So this is the 20CV Chickadee. Mayor Salt, they were talking about it on Kevin's live last night. The vampire, I think round 2 of the vampire with a couple of really cool configurations. So when you take the scales off of your Chickadee, you've got your maker's mark and your blade steel, right? So I know that this is less material than one of those bigger knives that we were just looking at, like that size. But I'm thinking when you grind and work on a little knife and you put handles on it and hardware, it's costing probably just about as much, if not more, because it's so little and you have to work on it than a big knife. I could be wrong. I've never made a knife. I would just think that I know these blanks are cut out. I know he uses a CNC to get the original grind, but I know everything else he does. And I don't know. I just don't think it's I know they're high. And for some reason, you can get an LT right in Magna Cut for me, I mean, the Frontier First, which I don't think I have out here, for $95. I mean, they're all over the board. So I don't know how all of the economics work. I just know that, like, now I'm not buying knives, but I was buying knives and I didn't ever have a problem with it. And I think anybody can buy or should be able to buy as few or as many from wherever, however they're done, if they like them. Because, like I said, before I got into this community, which I've stayed with, I was buying guitar shit I didn't need. All right. Y'all are going to have to watch me struggle for just 2 seconds. I heard it hit the ground. Where'd it go? And my batteries go dead. All right. Well, that pisses me off. And I know I can find it. Y'all watch me struggle while I find this piece of hardware. Winning. All right. Sorry about that, guys. It's just one of those days. But y'all know who that was, or whose song I was just mimicking? All right, let's see if I can do this without fucking it up. So yeah, I'm not as much a chickadee fan anymore. I'm not saying that's not saying that I'm through buying chickadees since I've kind of been blade steel collecting. Robo Stevo, what is up, dude? Paul might he had a limp to the biscuit, brother. So yeah, but I like his bigger knives too. Not that I'm gonna get one anytime soon, but I do really appreciate the little fixties. So today all I carried was my little Aries and my pink, which I love the pink hedgehog that I got replaced when my other one broke. What'd you kids carry today? I will do my best to read them out while y'all leave comments. Because let me see if we're getting comments. Let me go back over here. As y'all know, or if you don't, I'll be happy to share again. I'm still doing a one monitor deal, which is great, but it's not, it leaves a lot to be desired because anytime I try to go throw something up on the screen, I lose the chat. And my whole goal is to try to stay more plugged in with the chat. But my brain, unfortunately, guys, it's not y'all. It's just my jacked up ADHD brain. We got 29 comments now. So that's awesome. Miranda, what is up? Miss Rain. Good to see you, girls. Paul had his mini Arius and his bug out today. Let's see if I missed anybody above him. Whoops, my mouse. See, my mouse is jacking up. I'm telling you, man. I'm about to just throw on some. Let me put on some soothing music before I break into my Delta 8 caffeine drink. Hold on 1 second. I think that'll help me. Since my mouse does not want to cooperate, let's put this one on. I'll even turn it down to 9. If it bothers y'all, I'm sorry. Major Powell's carrying Squat Carry Drift and a Ray Light Pineapple. And I know I've missed people, but I see that Major Powell does not have moderator status. So that means he can't share links or protect himself. So let me find him real quick and throw him some moderator status. You are now a moderator, Major Powell. Don't abuse it. It'll just keep you from getting thrown in a timeout by people that do that just out of affection. NFK20 is not a moderator. That can't be. Hold on one second, guys. I do apologize for being a scatterbrained, even though I've got some good stuff to talk to y'all about when I get. All right. See, when your mouse goes out, and it hadn't gone out, it's just laggy for some weird freaking reason. Knife Eclectic had the MagnaCut Mordax. That's a winner. TW Price Rain and Dark Mode Nip. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. I love them. MagnaCut Mordax. I love that, dude. That's one of my favorite knives. I got the first run when he first did them at Blade Show in Nashville, and I didn't know much about it, but I'd heard that people had lag, or a little bit of detent lash. And I noticed mine had a little detent lash, but it was nothing that ever bothered me. And this is like a year later, I reached out to their customer service and I said, hey, I was just wondering, I've got a tiny bit of detent lash in my Mordax. I bought it from Dave at Blade Show. It's not a problem, but do you think it's something I should worry about? This lady emails me back all the instructions on how to send it back to them, that they had an issue with the first run. They'd love to fix it. Won't cost me anything except a $12 check that I had to put in the box for them to send it back. I had no problem with that. I sent it off, and within 7 days, I had the knife back, and it was a brand new Mordax MagnaCut, because I had scrapes on the side of mine. So they totally hooked me up. Customer service, they could have easily said, no, if it doesn't bother you, don't worry about it. And I would have been like, okay, appreciate it. Angry Tom collects hats, rock and roll memorabilia, and watches. I try to do one thing at a time, because see, before, did you? Dude, I've got an 89 Fender Midnight One Strat Plus, US Strat Plus with Fender lace pickups. I've got a Paul Reed Smith SE, I forget the number, but it looks like a Les Paul. And then I've got a Fender Blues Deluxe that I bought in 91. I bought it new. It's a great amp, great tube amp. I've got a little Yamaha processing amp. I've got two other amps that are in there. And then I've got a full freaking pedal board that I built right up. That's probably got 1,500 easily in it. Because I'm an idiot. And before that, it was longboard skateboards. I still skate. I don't skate as much as I'd like to, but I've skated for 46, 47 years. And I was buying and getting sponsored by different longboard companies. There used to be help me find the going price for a Benchmade 552 and M390. Oh, dude, without a doubt. Hold on. Let me see what that is first. Because I can go, I don't know if I've told y'all, and I've been not threatening, but hinting at doing a video at my local knife store, Knives and More. And I need to do it. I need to go down there when John, the owner's down there. He might have one. I mean, he's the type guy. He deals. Oh, that's just Doug Ritter. Absolutely, Josh. I will reach out to him. It looks very much like, is this it? Hold on a second. Let me go back and share this. It looks to me very much like his, like a cross between a Griptilian, but the blade looks like my RSK2s or whatever you call them. I've got one. I think both of mine are 20 CV. I don't think mine are MagnaCut. They're MagnaCut now. But yeah, M390, I can definitely look around. And what's great about him is, if you like Benchmades, there's so many people in North Alabama, because it's, believe it or not, high tech, even though it's Alabama. But he sells Benchmades to a ton of people, and he buys them. So if you buy a knife from him and you don't abuse it, you're a collector, which most of the people that buy, because he deals with a lot of traditionals. If you go in there and you collect Benchmades and you bring them back to him with the receipt, he'll give you what you gave for it in trade, or he'll just buy it back from you. So he always, every time I go in there, he'll have like 10 to 15 old Benchmades. He gets a lot of old, when I say old, not worn out, but just old in time, Protex. Um, he has a lot of cool people that he's dealt with over the years, and it's a cool store. So I'll definitely check. What I need to do, Josh, hold on, I need to write that down because I will freaking forget. 552 and M390. I think I showed you guys last week, even though I've got my bug out on the table. My favorite that I picked up at the local knife store here, it was probably one of my first 10. Probably one of my first 10 knives, but it's my Benchmade Mini Locos. This knife is one of those overbuilt Benchmades that you rarely see. And this is a first production. And I picked this up for like $160 at St. Nick's Knives. Brand new. Because people weren't buying them. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my Mini Adamas. I love my 940s. I don't carry them enough. I wish I would. I wish I could carry more knives. All right, let me get down and make sure I'm not missing. White River Knife and Tools. Exodus 4 to go with this Bliss Boo Boo Pry and Brian F. Ferro Rod. Very nice, B Shady. You guys, if you don't follow B Shady, let me go to his Instagram. If you're not following him on Instagram, I love his posts. Hold on. Here's a Shady. Let's go to his Instagram, and I'll drop it in the chat, and we'll play. If you're on Instagram and you're not following these homeboys that I'm throwing in, I love the Lookout. I think it's probably one of my favorite fixed blades. And you know, be shady that they're doing USA made ones for $3 that they're going to have done the second run of 245s this fall. But if you're not following Brother Shady, I'm going to drop his link right now. Uh-oh. There it is. He's a great follow. Why does my chat get so far behind? Y'all, I don't have the mental dexterity. Paul Mills has been a member for 12 freaking months. Dude, I appreciate you. I don't know how long that's been sitting up there, but mine keep throwing back up. The chat window does on StreamYard. And when I flip over to YouTube, which is supposed to be keeping up with it live, it just stalls. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm sure it's me. It's user Airy. Wrong board. I know. Snow Trog, that's the one thing I talked about it today. I think with Paul Mills, that the one thing I respect, and I think it can be a lesson, and you guys know this, for anybody that wants to, what do you say? If I continue to bust my ass and try to overcome objections or overcome obstacles I can, I watch these these short boarders, these street skaters do rails and jump stairs, and they'll slam like 8 times consecutively. I'm talking a hard slam. And then they keep getting up because their buddy's filming it one after another. So the first time they slam, they get up, they skate again, they slam, they get up, they skate again. They're getting their bodies just abused every single time. Michael, that is a tough one to put back together, dude. Was it the getting the spring back in? I've got a trick for that, but I've ejected several ball bearings. Sharp Guy ATX, what is up? Knife Eclectic, I need to sell off a ton of stuff. I just don't know. I could do Facebook Marketplace. Um, I guess I'm kind of at least I don't buy a ton of stuff, but I'm kind of got that hoarder mentality. Neil's got the Micro Strat. I love it. And the Strat Acoustic, that's a great, great guitar. The one with the little sound hole that's wooden, this electric and acoustic is what I'm assuming. This one right here. Dun, dun, dun. Strat Acoustic. I know they make just regular I know they make regular acoustics, but I've seen this one too, this Player Strat. It's kind of unique because you can get acoustic tones out of it. The bridge I hear feels very acousticy, but it's, I guess, can be overdrawn. Nemo. I'll tell you guys, if I was learning to play guitar now, because I don't know how to read music, it is, Josh, but like I say, that's the beauty of your little local knife stores, especially if they deal specifically in those type of knives. Because he's also the guy, John, that I can go down and tell him to keep an eye out for one for me. Because he might know 3 people that he could just rattle off that have them. Not that they would sell them. Acid Test Kids drawing is totally organic. Josh, dude, I appreciate it, man. I wish. I do my best. I'll tell you, Michael, the Stitch for me was one of the best $300 USA values. I got the aluminum, which the G10 is the same. It's $300. It's very robust, but yet very slicey. And then if I'm not mistaken, this knife that I just unboxed today that has the Snex lock, I want to say is under 300. I want to say it's like 269. It's USA made, totally different. But I was the guy until Dark Gravity, who I need to hold on a second, guys. Let me send Dark Gravity a message. Y'all hadn't seen Scotch in the chat, have you? Whoops. Hold on, guys. DARK. Here is link. Whoops. I always forget. I talked to Pocket Metal or reached out to him, let him know. I don't know what his schedule is tonight. Scotch, I think, is on the road. And I'm going to try, and have had people tell me they would, have some more guests that come in for 15, 30, 45 minutes, depending on how long y'all want to get information from different companies, right? I think that's a good thing. And right now, guys, put them on Blade Binge. No, dude, that's another thing. I think it's entertaining, and I used to love watching Metal Complex when he would just go through the new arrivals at Blade HQ. But that's something that I usually do every day. I'll go through GP Knives, I go through River's Edge Cutlery, DLT, Smoky Mountain, and usually Blade HQ. And I'll look at their coming soon just because I'm curious. But I don't ever want, unless people said, that's great content, I don't mind showing Instagrams, but I don't ever want it to look like I'm prioritizing it for some cheesy reason. I find it, entertaining to look at, but I know most of you guys look at them at your own pace. And that's the same thing, Jeffrey. I'm in the same boat, dude. I'm at the safest that I've ever been to look at knives. Awesome, Kyle. I'm trying to get caught up. Trying to get caught up. You know what we've got? Let me see how many comments we've got because we can draw. Because the member giveaway, I want everybody in. I want to throw that link back up, but we can draw for this other one earlier if y'all want to. That's up to you guys. I'm gonna let y'all, because as you know, the less of you that are in there, the more chances you've got. So there's 37 comments for this, and there are roughly 70 people in here. So guys, if you will jump up to that link at the top of the screen, and all you have to do is comment, any comment, and then jump out. I'm going to pull for a random here in a little bit. And this is a fantastic limited edition, little smooth Ultim. I say smooth, it's got a little bit of micro texturing that CountyCon did with Vosteed. And that's going to be the giveaway. And then we're going to give away this guy, which right now there are not a lot of entries. If you go to the member tab, you can go ahead and leave a comment, but I'm going to throw it back up in the chat here in just a little bit. But going back to Instagram, the reason I like Instagram is you see stuff that is not promoted all the time. Here's another guy that you all know, and he's a dear friend of mine, and I'm going to share his because he's another one of my favorite posters, Lord Needham, just because he's artistic, kind of like Cole. But I think no offense to Cole, but I think Lord Needham's stuff's more organic and I enjoy it more. So this is brother Lord Needham. I just threw him in there for you guys. And what I like to do is just have my feed on Instagram to where it's the type things I want to see, right? And y'all will see it because this is my feed. So that's Fran Demonoid. That's Scotch's Stormtrooper, I think. Jim Miller. I love shit like this. I got my money on the cat. I got my money on the cat. Yep. Grady's gear. Y'all remember Grady? That's them old knives. Raku. But see, that's kind of the extent of my knife reviews without trying to sound too much of a. I used to just do shorts, but at least with spoken ones, I've got these monitors. I can't use them usually unless I'm just listening to music. Did you see that? Did y'all see that shit? What is that? It's a dead raccoon. Little abuser. What is that? See, this is the type stuff that I wouldn't know about unless I was looking. Why is he not showing the show side? Just interesting stuff. And yeah, I do have crazy cat shit. Wildlife stuff. John Bidenwell. I don't know if he's ever in chats. I don't think he is. I think he spends most of his time on Instagram, but he's got a absolute sick collection. Let's look at it real quick. If you like American-made knives, this is the exact same McNeese I've got, whatever that pattern is. But he's got Les Georges. He's got McNeese. He's got a lot of Hinders. He got a lot of McNeese. And he takes really artistic photos. Chris Reeves, you name it. But yeah, if I was, I mean, again, I share these because these are the ones I like, right? So if you guys find that somehow entertaining, it's not me shilling. Although I'd like to shill, I'd hope that you guys use my link tree. I'm trying to gather only links that I use that I would want y'all to use, either with the discount code or if you want to help the channel if you're buying something there. But like Polish custom knives, I've never bought anything from there, but I know that some people do, and I know that they're very well respected for anything that you want to get that's a Herman. So I was stoked that I was able to get a code from them. And I don't post it out there all the time, but it's on my link tree if y'all ever want to use that stuff. I know this isn't knives, but I could watch this shit all day. King Pope Caesar. I think you tell me if I'm wrong, but I think Instagram has taken it a little easier on knife content lately. I haven't seen as many people. Now, I switched back to a personal account a long time ago. That's a great knife. That's the Macro 2. I've got the Macro 1 and the Macro 2. And I will go ahead and, because it's that good, I will go back to Instagram. Whoops. And I will go to Google. And I'll get to the top. All right, let's go MKM Macro. We'll go Macro 2. Let's go Macro. So these are these little fixed blades. I'll show them to you in person. But that's the 2. The 2 is a sheep's foot, and the 1 is a drop point, right? And the sheaths that they come with are these awesome leather pocket droppers. Now, they also sell carry kits. And I bought those. Let's go MKM Macro Kydex. Because it doesn't just come with the Kydex sheath. It's $46 on sale. You get 2 leather straps. You get an ulti-clip. You get leather cord. And you get this little Kydex sheath. So I'm going to sit tight, kids. Jim Miller has been a member for 15 freaking months. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab these 2 MKM knives because I think you guys want to see them. Bear with me. That caused a little chaos. The neighbor's cat came by. So this is I don't want to get too close to Tippy's butthole. This is the Macro 1 with the Kydex carry kit. That was a 2, and that's the 1. This is 2. They're Vox designs, perfectly balanced. Give you a size idea. But if I was going to get one Me personally, I like the pokey stabby drop point. But I got both of them in my cart. They come in a lot of handle materials, anywhere from about 99 if you want a naked one to like, I think all of them are on sale right now. They're moving them out. Hold on a sec. You go back here. All right, so they got one on sale for $119. Let's see what its story is, because these are M390, the ones in my hand. I bet this one's not M390. Let's see. Yep. So this micarta black is on sale for $119. And then the rest of them look like they're $150, $99 if you want it without. Let's see if they've got. Ooh. $191. And the sheep's foot's $119. Why is that so much more? I thought it might be $119 too. But anyway, they've got the macros and then they've got the micros. I'm a huge fan of both of them. I own both blades and both sizes. You can also get these on Amazon. Whoops. I've got that little guy. It also comes with a leather slip. And it comes with, you can get those Kydex kits, and then they've got the sheep's foot. Great little knives. I highly recommend them if you like small pocket droppers but these, since they're Vox designed, they're very ergonomical. So they hold even the small ones. I got the small one in here. I want you to see how well balanced this is. So this is the sheep's foot. It's balanced on my finger. It's got a little lanyard place. I'm a big fan. It's just a great little pocket dropper. But again, if you're like me and all you're opening is cat food and other shit, it's going to serve you well. It'll serve you well. All right. Are y'all entering? Because I'm going to draw for this at some point here pretty soon, because I'm going to let you guys, we're at how many comments? 46 comments. We're getting there. All right, guys. Can you go to Polish Custom Knives? Yes. Let's do this, guys. Everybody, please go and leave a comment in that video for your sake. I want y'all to all have a chance to win this, and I'm going to go to Polish. And guys, what's cool about Polish Custom Knives is they update their inventory freaking constantly. So if they don't have it today, they might have a drop of, and I follow them on Instagram too, because that's a great place to find out. Let's go to Micro Sting. Let's do this. Let's go from, no, I don't want to do that. Let's go most expensive. Let's go latest. Let's go latest. They do some beautiful work. I've got to review my buddy A to Z. He picked up one at That knife store, my local knife store, I think he picked it up for right around 7. It looks like that was a pretty good deal. I think it was a full-size sting. Do they make a full-size sting? Or let's see. Let's do this. Let's go. I'm not. How can I look by maker? Ishtar. Maybe they don't make a sting. Maybe it is just a micro sting. I don't know. I'm not as familiar with them. That looks like a bigger one. So that is 7.76 inches. And that is, yep. So they make a full size too. Y'all probably knew that. Yeah, they look like great knives. I mean, his is super, super slicey. And I'm gonna see him tomorrow, and I'm gonna that's my buddy A to Z. I'm gonna take you to his. I would love it if you guys would follow him just to give me a little extra love, because he's a good dude. He's my local buddy, and he is responsible for a good bit of content that I would not be able to share with you guys because I can't afford that shit. Paul Mill knows him. They've done some business together. But this is A to Z. He takes his pictures on a phone, right? But he's got some very unique, cool. Which one is that? Do y'all know? That's the one he bought at Knives and More. Recognize that, Paul? He loves it, dude. But yeah, let me put him in the chat. And you guys give him a follow. That would be really cool. I think it is the Ishtar Kyle. I'll be talking to him tomorrow, and I'll ask him to see if he got a few more followers. I think he's underrepresented. I think he's got, let's see how many followers he's got. 548. He's got the magic whiskers, kind of a funny story. And I bought the magic whiskers too, but I don't know if y'all know, but the magic whiskers too is not only bigger. The magic whiskers 1, you bolster it up here at the top. Let me show you. You slide the bolster up at the top, and it deploys the blade. Well, I gave him this knife, handed it to him, and he couldn't open it. So you take this bolster up top. You can't see it there, but you just rotate it over that way or the other way, and it opens. And so this one is just in reverse. So if you look at the back, you've got these little bitty jimps. And so what you do is you just simply hold it and move that back scale with the butt of your hand to deploy it. And he couldn't open it. My mom couldn't open it, but that didn't surprise me at all. But I'm a fan of Protect. Josh Branson, dude, enjoy these people. We have the greatest group. That's why I'm so glad we keep our same kind of group in here. It's just, I'd love for more people to find their way in, but I want them to find their way in here because they're kind of like you guys and they join in the conversation or lurk. I'm guilty of lurking sometimes. I'll be doing other stuff and I try to be listening to live content somewhere because I learn stuff. like I said, I learned a whole lot from duties. I'm going to pull that up just to show you guys. Then I'm going to share that link because I think it's worth y'all. If you didn't get to see it live, I think it's good. I'm a duty fan. Maybe it's got a logo. So it's called Let's Talk Scammers. And I'm going to share this. Whoops. Copy that. I'm going to drop it in here. I'm going to paste it. But for those of you who don't want to click that link now, you can. But if you just go to Duty's page and watch his ooh, Paul, which ones you get? Those are great. The one that looks traditional, I reviewed. God dang it, what's it called? Jared Oster. I reviewed one of those from A to Z. He's got 3 J capes that are all exquisite, and I've never reviewed a J cape. We're going to do a beverage switch. We're going to have our non-alcoholic chillax, candied apple, vitamin infused energy drink with 25 milligrams of Delta 8 and THC in it. Cheers. It's got a very odd taste, but it's good. It does the deal. So yeah, the whole scammer thing. There's a lot of I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this. I think there's a couple of different kinds of scammers. There are good people with low moral compasses who get themselves in bad situations, who in their minds think that they'll be able to get themselves out with a little help. And that's always a mess. And then you've got the blatant, I'm coming in to take advantage of people who I know are kind. And either way, it kind of sucks. But it sounds like, and I'm not in a lot of those different chat groups, but it sounds like kind of similarly to where Big Red and a bunch of others uncovered that email scam, not the email scam, the multiple account scams. There are a lot of names that'll probably come out there. I do, Mayor Salt. I swear to God, I am like a thoroughbred. I used to say it was tiger blood. But I might do a Nick Rekieta if y'all hadn't seen that and fall asleep on stage right here. Let me show you his Nick Rekieta drug stream. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Let me find it. Whoops. Mute it. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to get to the good part and then just show you how mortifying this must have been. Well, all right. So this is I think he's got about 2 million followers. He was a YouTube lawyer. Did a lot of live commentary for famous trials that I guess a lot of people watch. And this is him about a week before he got arrested for an ounce of cocaine and a bunch of ecstasy. And that's his girlfriend under the table. We'll keep it at that. But yeah, there are a lot of There are a lot of degenerates out there that do live streams. What's the other guy's name? Oh God, the guy who passed out. There's several people that stream, and yeah, he is absolutely hilarious. And you know what? He's smart. And my bet is he beats that. And Aaron M. Holt is going to get caught being the reasonable doubt. He's absolutely a good dude, I think. And why not go crazy? I mean, if you've got the funds, get a little degeneracy in your life, get through it, and move on. And he will. And I think he's going to take Aaron down. And I think he's smart enough to throw reasonable doubt. He can put the doubt in their minds that other people had access to that house within the week leading up to that bust, i.e. the person that turned him in. And it could be, that if I was on a jury, I might have doubt. Rody, he went down hard, dude. The stream, there was one stream where he came back from one of his breaks and he had like Scarface amounts of white. He said it was from powdered donuts he was eating. You don't have to, Paul, and I'm not going to get into it because Pocket Metal would put me in timeout for even talking about it. But it is this guy, Nick Rekieta. I'm going to show you his logo because he's got a YouTube channel. And usually what he streams is popular stuff. So if we go Rekieta Law, Reket, if I can get to his channel where it's not just sensationalism, you'll see that he covered, if you get back some of these older ones, I mean, he's getting 50,000, 70,000. And during Johnny Depp trial, he was getting 103,000 views, 139,000. I mean, he's done a lot of, and 784,000. He's done a lot. He really did a lot during the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial in terms of just following it and talking about what was happening, explaining it in ways people could understand. And then he slowly it's kind of a internet lore thing where this guy made these trinkets that were supposed to be cursed, this other blogger, and joked that they were cursed. And he sent them to people he hated. And like 5 people that put them on have had shitty stuff happen to them. And Rekieta is one of them, who after he put that thing on, the Pikachu or whatever, he said it wasn't going to affect him. And then he went downhill. Let's go Talisman. Hold on. He went downhill fast. I'm going to show y'all him putting this on. What was it called? The Sonichu. All right, Sonichu. And I know y'all are thinking, what in the fuck is Javon talking about? So this is it right here. This is the guy, Nick Rekieta from Rekieta Law, who broadcasts from his basement to a couple thousand people. And this little thing was sent to him.
It was postage not paid. Like I had to pay the postage on it to receive it. And the post office was like, well, where was it sent from? And it had my address as the return address with me as the sendee.
So his return address, his sendee, he's opening it on live with this other attorney.
Which is not true. And in it had this burned piece of paper.
That's the curse. The guy burns the paper on the corner and it's got stuff written on it.
Which I feel like I'm going to get serial raped here. It says, the stars are aligned. A new host is chosen. Hail unto thee, Nick Chan Rekieta.
And then
with that came this. And this was so weird because this came before the mention of Sonic.
And after this, he went down.
That we were talking about last
downhill.
Night. A Sonichu.
Y'all watch it. That is the cursed Sonichu that this guy made.
Medallion has been passed to me. I don't know where this came from.
All right. So he put it on, sealing his freaking fate.
So ongoing bankruptcy suit.
So he was normal. He put it on, and then this is going to go. He got a little weird. watch his appearance as he continues to spiral on live streams. Now, keep in mind, this is 3-4 months after he put that little thing on. That's that Aaron M. Holt, and that's their little polycule where they started swapping. But I'm telling you guys, if you're bored and looking for just interesting internet lore, that is Nick Rekieta in a nutshell. In an absolute nutshell. And it's that little creepy Pikachu that people say that did him, because there are other people that Sonichu's brought down. Let's go Sonichu lore. And I'm not going to do this anymore. We're going to give away a knife. All right. So if you look at the I'm going to put this in the chat because I'm not going to watch it. But for those of you that are interested, the infamous Sonichu curse is worse than you think. So this will tell you about the guy who made it. This will tell you about the people that lives have been ruined, and they're all internet people that are in much bigger verticals than we are. And they were all perfectly normal until they did it. Kathleen, it is a total waste of time. And I'm going to tell you something, guilty pleasure. Taking my mind off of shit that's like just terrible. Shop at River's Edge Cutlery. I agree. River's Edge Cutlery works. I think sometimes it's good to be mindless. And guys, I do have a link there. And if you ever buy something at River's Edge and you're not satisfied with it, like anything that I have linked, you can send this stuff back. And I always check their new arrivals, just like I do with GP, DLT, because they always get cool stuff in, different stuff, weird stuff, like zipper pulls. They got automatic stitches. They've got the bird blades. And this is KPL. I have a link with them, but I also love Nano Oil and use it. It's good stuff. But yeah, River's Edge Cutlery, good people. They've got an event coming up. I think Cole's going, and I know Ben Belkin's going. If you're around Ohio, it's an open house, and it is going to be, because Ben's flying out there. They were talking about it last night on Lefty's Live. Let's see when it is. I don't know when it is exactly. Let's go storing contact information. They have it every year. It's going on. If you guys are in the area, I'm sure y'all know about it. What did I miss on Mars? See, I missed comments. That's just terrible. Kathleen, it is a waste of time. And I do watch some. I don't go down the conspiracy rabbit holes, but I watch some mindless dribble, which is really nothing more than adults acting like kids. And a lot of grifting. I'm amazed at the people, like that creepy guy I was showing you, Aaron M. Holt, that has his own little internet show called Steel Toe. He begs and he'll set a goal every day for every live stream. He does 2 live streams a day. And he has to make like $360 or $70 every time, and all he does is grifts. And if you want to see something, people watch it because it's so cringe. And he used to be on the radio, but he got fired, and he also got caught up in that creepy polycule with that Nick Rekieta
player. Oh, he does not. He's not.
He's the one that turned him in,
because you have to get the internet. There's no.
but he just begs. Hold on, let me just go to him begging. But I find this stuff fascinating. Because they do it every day.
Let me do this. Let me erase the streak. I'll hit refresh on everything once more.
So what he does is he sets the show, and the show's like he talks about the goal. And it's like he'll give a little bit of content as people give donations. And I know from other people that have investigated his show that he uses this news radio thing that talks about all the stories that day. It's like an aggregator. It's like a cheat thing for people who have radio shows. So you come into your radio show, you open this website, and it's got all your talking points, anything that you want to share, because when he shares video, you can tell it's in this thing. It's like a subscription service. So he does about as much show prep as I do. Very little. They are exactly the same, Jesse. And that's what he does though. But what he does is he makes it almost like a freaking game where he's like, come on guys, if everybody just chips in a little, and then he'll do pity. And he makes fun of the fact that he does it. I mean, I don't see how and there are a lot of people that do it. I mean, there are a lot of different ways to do it. A lot of the people that have commentary channels on his show don't do it, but they don't acknowledge comments unless they're super chatted. So a lot of people, I guess, because they want to have conversations with these people who are analyzing these absolute losers, throw cash at them. I find it just amazing. I think society is crumbling in front of our eyes. And I don't even have TikTok on my phone, but I know that it's a whole nother grifting game. Oh, grifters are lying about. Well, yeah. So if I'm selling content, steel toe, if I'm giving a morning show and I tell people, and I'm telling people that to get the content, he's about to put his Venmo, PayPal, all this. Watch this. So basically what he does is he just sits there and he makes his audience pay for crappy content, and it's not even the content, because what he does is he talks Monday about all the golf he played Saturday and Sunday. So he's playing like 3 rounds of golf. I wouldn't be talking about that if I was telling people to keep my little show on the air so I could keep my side chairs employed and keep the lights on. I need X amount of money. Produce good content that people want to come see, or go get a fucking job. I mean, don't sit there and browbeat your audience to give you cash. I just find it disgusting. But a lot of people do it. And it's, believe it or not, younger people, if you talk to kids and stuff, they think that's the way to go in a lot of ways. There's so much wacky shit, like Kathleen says, and it's absolutely true. That's an absolute waste of time. But there's so many people that engage in it that we would never see in real life or even know existed, that it's its own economy. It's sick. 5 Door, what is up? Dude, I'd love to be able to play music and show y'all cool videos, but I get copyright struck. Those orca people, when I was showing you those killer whales getting pissed last week, man, I got hammered for that. Granted, all I have to go do is go in there and tell them, hey, I'll cut it out, which literally cut it out. So we've got on our Shilling Cutler, we got 49 comments. So if any of y'all have come in late, this is a County.com exclusive. Shilling Cutler, whoops, I screwed up and hit my finger. Vosteed Mini Nighthawk in Ultim, which is a County.com exclusive. 14C, one of my favorite Vosteed designs because it's so thin, so slicey. Giving this away, all you have to do is go to the pinned comment at the top of the thing and leave just a comment. because we're going to give this away in about 5 minutes. So you don't have long to enter, but I want everybody to enter. And then we'll draw for it. And we'll put the member link back up there and make sure that all the channel members get entered in for this knife that was donated to the channel, which is an absolute banger. Concept M Plus Corvid, Damascus, smoked black titanium handles, Koch tool design, nice blade fuller, or you can reverse flick it off the studs. Whoops. No, I can either finger flick it or reverse off. I've got to get lower on the blade. Whoops. I'm trying to do it without moving my hand. But that's a great knife. That'll be a big knife for somebody, a chopper. Or if you win it and you don't want it, you can pass it along to somebody, or you can go to Blade Binge and sell that biatch. Satisfaction. The man, the myth, the legend. Get up there and leave a comment, Maddie. The subscriber giveaway is here. And I'm going to put the member giveaway up again because we're doing 2 tonight. I want you to enter both of them. But this is a CountyCom exclusive Bostede, Nightshade, and PP Ultim. But it's got really light texturing. I don't know if that'll show up. It's got very light texturing, so it's not smooth and slick. Little reversible clip. Great knife. I got my Spyderco out tonight because I shared a post by Rock Scale Designs, and I love OG scales. Marty and those guys are some of my favorites, but these guys do a good job too. They don't do a lot of the different blinging out that OG does, but if you're looking for something different, what I liked about these, and I know Original Goat does this now too, these are linerless. So they have a lot of configurations that'll allow you to, like for this, my Manix, I was able to take out those jimpy liners. A lot of people like the jimpy liners. Michael, I have never heard that, but I know that I can check. Hold on a second. I wouldn't think, I'm trying to think where you would Loctite cracks it. Let's see what this is. This guy says Vibratite does not, it dries quickly and doesn't mess up. Let's see. That's a good question. I would say, yeah, because ultimately I think that I think something about the shrinkage, it cracks it. But the myth of it just being in proximity, like if it's in your pivot and the Ultim's not contacting it, it's not going to have an issue. Vibratite's what this Mersalt, that's exactly right. Because on this Reddit post, which was the first one that came up, and I know Google prioritizes Reddit, but Accomplished said had the same concerns and came upon a manufacturer stating that Vibratite VC3 compound is best to be used with Ultim since it dries quickly. The packaging itself also states it's safe with PE plastic. I can let you know how it turns out. You got a couple weeks ago and use it. It's a little different when you put it kind of cool. Just apply it, blah, blah, blah. So I guess he got it and had no problems with it. It's called this stuff here. And if I'm not mistaken, Vibratite might be made by or carried by KPL. I'm not sure, but I know Amazon has it. Let's go to Amazon. And y'all go ahead and register because I'm going to draw for this because the member one, I want everybody to get in even if they have to get out of here because you don't have to be here to win for that one. But I want everybody registered. So this is a different deal. This is expensive shit. What am I looking at here? Hold on a second. That's a 6-pack. That's not the V3, VC3. Here's a little small one for $8. But yeah, Vibrotite, they have a lot of that, but this is a big 30 milliliter bottle for 27, which is too much. But I guess this is just a single squeeze tube. Because that's what I would want. I would want like a tube that was this size, but I wouldn't want 6 of them. So if you took 6, but it's the VC3 is evidently your friend when it comes to Ultima. That's good information. Again, I learned something else tonight because I would not have known that. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to draw. Has everybody gotten in yet? Has everybody left something at the link up top? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the random comment picker. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I got too many links, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. I need to group these things. Usually, there it is. Boom. Oh, hit the wrong one. Damn. Man, my buddies haven't dropped by to visit. All right. Let's go. Let's grab this link. How many we got? We had 49. We have. All right, we got 54. Y'all keep commenting because I'm going to share the link to the random comment picker. I don't want the ad. I'll let my premium. Where'd that come from? Oh, sorry about that, guys. That was a video that started playing in the background. Not good for anybody. Filter duplicate users. Show random names. Let's do the spinning wheel of names. Let's do that. Let's get our comments. All right, we got 55 unique comments, guys. I'm going to give y'all a few more minutes. Be forbearing. If you just got in here, buddy, go up and leave a comment in the video. That's just the subscriber giveaway for the little Vosteed nightshade that we're going to be giving away here in just a couple of minutes. So if anybody has not had a chance to register that wants to register, put a 2 in the chat real quick. I'm going to give it about 15 seconds. If I don't see a 2, I'm going to refresh it again and I'm going to draw. But first, the link you need. No. To Jay. Okay, take your time. Just jump up. There's a link at the top that's got a video that all you need to do is go in there and leave a comment. Just howdy, hey, what's up? Anything you want. Keep it simple. And come back and throw a 1 in the chat once you've done it. Snow Trog's playing for Kyle. I love this little knife. I've actually had, this is my second one, and I had the first one, the G10 purple. I want to say it was about $70. And I love that knife too. So I've given, this will be the second mini nightshade that we've given away. Okay, Crazy Roach is in. All right, guys. if you're not in, it is tiny. For somebody like Maddie, it is tiny. All right. Y'all throw a 2. I'm going to give it 10 seconds. If I don't see a 2, we're going to refresh and we're going to draw for this bitch because I've got to get the member link back up there. 8 plus 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have to count on my fingers. We're still at 55 comments. Did nobody else get in? Come on, guys. Gabe, did you get in? Were you able to, y'all make sure you leave a comment. Jay, you're in? All right, why did it not change? 9, 10, 11, 12. Enter. YouTube comments. All right, I'm going to re-get the link, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. Where is it? All right, let's go to here. YouTube. Go to your phone. Sorry, guys. I just thought it would have changed. Now, let's do this videos. Let's copy, share this. All right, share, copy. Stop sharing. Let's start sharing again so y'all can watch me do this. Mental complex always keeps it. Now I'll get a stupid ad. I'll have to close out. Where do I'm not watching this video. Or maybe I am. All right, come on. All right, so I'm going to take and post fresh link. Filter duplicate users. Wheel of names. 9 plus 5, 14. $55 unique comments, guys. I guess that's what we got. All right. Everybody, here we go. I'm going to scroll down. Good luck. I will throw the my email address. I'm going to go ahead and throw my email address in here now. So whoever wins, just send me an email. It needs to be an email with your address. Must be a U.S. address or a proxy. Must be 18. Must be kind. It must not be a turd burglar. JavonsKnifeFlix@gmail.com. If I get your email tonight after the live, there's a real good chance I can get it shipped tomorrow. All right, guys. Good luck. Let's look. Did anybody just get in? Do I need to refresh it again? It doesn't look like it. All right, here we go. Good luck, guys. And we're off. If this gives anybody epileptic thoughts, turn away. I'm going to get my little handy dandy notebook, like Dora the Explorer. And we're about to have a winner. Here we go. It is Addicted to Blades 2. Addicted to Blades, are you here? Because this one we do need to be here to win. But let me get back over here. Addicted, are you here? Addicted to Blades. If you are here, congratulations, brother. If you're not, I'm sure Addicted's here. He was here earlier. I don't ever want to have to draw again. Say howdy, Addicted to Blades. Show us you're here. If you're over at D's trying to get a knife, I'm going to have to draw again. Just because somebody here is going to win this one. So this is the Boss Steed. Addicted. Somebody text Addicted. If y'all know him, get him over here. Todd, we can't congratulate him yet. He's got to be here. He's got time. We'll give him a few minutes. What time is it now? We've been going for 2 hours, 6. Addicted to blades. Let me get my megaphone. Where's Addicted to Blades? Addicted to Blades. You have 3 minutes. There's rules here. I don't have a lot of rules, guys. I really don't. But on the subscriber giveaways, just because so many of y'all hang and we have even if you had to jump, he can reach out to me and I'll make sure he gets some kind of swag, flashlight or something. But if he's not here, Junior Miz, you're right. Addicted to Blades, you're down to 2 minutes. I will be drawing again. I apologize. But yeah, we need him to be here, guys. Addicted to Blades 2. He's here. Congratulations, brother. All you have to do is shoot me an email and you can bail again. I'm glad you're here, dude. I'm glad you're here. You are the winner of our little Vosti. You will like it. I've got the box and all the stuff that goes with it. And I will make sure all you got to do is shoot me an email to, I took it down. Where'd it go? I don't want to type it again. I'm lazy. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. Just shoot me an email, buddy, with your address and what you won, which was the Vosti Nightshade. I've got it written down here, but I might not have your email tied to your Addicted to Blades. Just tell me you're Addicted to Blades too. And then when I ship it, which will probably be tomorrow, you'll get an email notification with tracking. So it's a win-win. So what I'm going to do now is congratulate Addicted to Blades. And I'm going to go find the link to the member giveaway in case any of you members are in here and have not registered yet. It just takes a minute and you do not have to be, and when I say register, leave a comment. You don't have to register. But all you have to do is you can bow out after that. You do not have to be present to win a member giveaway. Let me find the link. Let me share it again. Boom, boom. Copy. Y'all to make sure this link works. Should. I think it's the same link we had up earlier. Let me say member. Link. So did any of you guys, a lot of y'all get nip slips? Or not nip slips, the nip slips are coming out, but get nip lights? I can tell you it's a really good knife. The nip was up until I really started falling in love with my Lush and carrying it a lot. I have 3 of the expensive nips that I bought. But the little nip light is every bit as snappy. The belt satin looks just as good, even though it's on 12 or 14C. The aluminum feels as good as the titanium. Weighs about, I think I saw it was like 0.2, 0.3 ounces less. This is a short little loop. I'm going to have to get the hell out of there. I want that. We'll go with that. But yeah, guys, we should have a new link up at the top. Manufacturing, make sure you get in there, guys. Anybody, Gracian, get in there. Because I didn't think we didn't have a lot of people that had signed up for the member giveaway, which is fine. It's a better. We are at 42 comments now. So I'm going to let that, the fireball, that's Stas's. If I'm not mistaken, I was watching Lefty last night. Let me see if I can find it. I want to say that they're here, or are they here? No, maybe they're waiting for one more. He went through the timelines on all those last night, and that was one that I've been really interested in. He has another knife that just came here that I wasn't. The tall boy is here and is going to be dropping momentarily. Let's see. Stream. Let me find that here. Mute that. And see, when I'm over here trying to find this stuff, I'm missing everything in chat. I'm not going to be able to find it. There's too much content on here. Him and Ben talking shit. So go check out Lefty's stream and it'll tell you. Yeah, Dean, it looks great, buddy. It really does. And I know the tall boy I checked out. Well, I did check out the fire boy at Blade Show, so I have flicked it. I know Mirsal, he was talking about that last night, that it just all happened this way. You know, they're really not at a position to, they'd order them at different times and everything. Addicted to wieners. What's going on, buddy? I like your cat. I'll throw some cats in the chat for you. Cat in the hat, cats in the chat. We like cats at the channel here. We also like prairie dogs. Throw that on there. Let's see, what do we got there? All right, so have all the channel members had a chance to leave a comment for the Corbett? Cats and knives work for me, brother. But anybody, if you hadn't had a chance yet, throw some 2 action up there. We've got time. We're in no rush for this giveaway. I just want to make sure everybody gets in there. Because again, you do not have to be present. If you have to dip out, all you need to do is leave a comment and you're covered. I'll tell you another great video I saw this afternoon. I think I already talked about it, so I won't talk about it again, but I will show it to you guys. It's Addicted to Blades, new unboxing of 3 Kaiser knives. And he just moved. And I've always loved his content. I find him so funny in just kind of a quirky, weird way. Huh. Average Advanced Knife Bros, who I meant. I fucked up. Pickney 3. So if y'all are not familiar with Advanced Knife Bro, which most of you are, all of you should be, this is both an informative showing 3 cool knives, and it's really, really funny. And if you're not subscribed to Advanced Knife Bro, he doesn't put out a lot of content, but the content he puts out is top notch. So my candy apple Nick's Nugs seems to be working. I feel a little more laid back. I don't know. Yeah, he's hilarious, Rob. I love it. Ellis tablet. Josh, you're young, buddy. I hope things turn around, brother. I'm 57. I'm like all kinds of age, but I don't feel it. You know, it's all good. The way I look at it is you can't stay young forever, but you can definitely not give in to age willingly. Just keep with it. So let's do this real quick for fun. Let me just check. I'm curious how much. All right. Traditional Pocket Knives is sold out of their Ultra Nips, nip lights. But they do still have 3 lushes. All right, looks like the black one sold out at Blade Binge. I'm sure White Mountain still has some. And I know Devo still has some, I think. Nope. The blue's out of stock at White Mountain, so let's go to Devo. I know they didn't sell all these out. If they did, that's awesome. All right, purple, that's the one I've got. It's in stock. Gray sold out, and black G10 is in stock. So, if any of y'all are still looking for a nip light, those are the 2 that you can grab. And I do have a Devo link and a Devo discount code to get it down to $89, 10%. It's on my link tree. It's a great little knife. It's a good office knife. It's definitely a good 5th pocket carry. And the ergos on it, I wonder how it feels in Maddie's hand. Maddie, have you held one of these? I know it's small, but I just wonder how the choil and stuff fits your hand, or how your hand fits it. All right, y'all ready to draw for the, let's see how many comments we got. And we will draw for our member giveaway. Let's do this. Let's go to YouTube. Members, because what I'm going to have to do, guys, is I'm going to have to change the way that this is set up to unlisted. So leave a comment, because I'm getting ready to draw for it. And in about 3 minutes, once I change this, you won't be able to leave a comment anymore. So throw a 2 up there if you're a channel member and you've not had a chance to leave a comment. In about 15 seconds, throw me a 2 if you need time. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now, 1 means you're good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to change this bad boy. Find it. There it is. All right, let's go to edit. Let's go to unlisted. Let's go to done. Copy the link. Let's go back to here. Let's see if this is going to work, guys. Let's see if this is going to work, guys and gals. Boom, boom. Paste. Filter duplicate users. Show random names. We'll do that. 12. Oops, we received an error. All right, I got to change it to a different setting. Let's go back and go visibility. Private. Done. Go here. Let's go to share. Whoops. Go copy, paste. Whoops. I'm talking to myself. I apologize, people. I'm just so used to talking to myself. 9 comments. All right. This is pissing me off now. So I'm going to have to go back here. I'm going to have to change it again to that, which I know is fine. I know that's what it's supposed to be. So I'm going to go that. I'm going to go that. Maybe that's what I didn't do before. No. All right, guys. Hopefully this is it. Hopefully this is our missing link. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. All right. Random picker, paste. 11. All right. So, guys, we are good. I'm getting ready to share the screen. I appreciate all y'all hanging out. I'm not going to leave right after this, but y'all are free to disperse and get ready for Maddie. So we've got our link. I'll go here and pull it again. Copy it. Paste it. Do my math. Get comments. 47. Good luck, guys. This is for the Corvid Plus. And again, you will do the same thing. You will send me an email. I'll also record it. Knifeflex at gmail.com. Save that there. And now we are going to, good luck, guys. Can everybody see it? Let me make sure. Yep. And the winner tonight, and there will be more. So if you don't win tonight, do not be disheartened. Who's it going to be? It's about to stop. Jim Tegler-Fira. Congratulations, buddy. Jim, with his majestic beard, is our winner. What's up, Mr. Eddie? Good to see you, buddy. Congratulations, Jim. I will reach out to Jim. He's probably already bailed out, but that is okay, because I can reach out to him tomorrow and let him know, or if any of you guys talk to Jim, you can let him know. But my goal, and I've got some more like weekly giveaways that I've been trying to collect and do reviews on, because it kind of serves two purposes, right? I can review knives that I wouldn't normally buy that I'm seeking out, so it's not like I'm just taking knives that I don't know if they're any good. And I think they make good giveaway knives. And then I've still got some really nice ones that I want to do for member giveaways. So we'll continue to keep this train rolling. And hopefully I'll get more knives sent in for review. And, if I get to, even though I'm not going to publicize a giveaway type thing, I think it would be foolish for me not to reach out to companies like a lot of other YouTubers do, like for my 15,000, whenever I hit that, if I ever hit that, and then just use those knives to have a giveaway that we know about here, because we're talking about it now. But it's not something that's ever publicized, right? For some reason, I feel weird about going 15,000 mega giveaway. Come subscribe. But I can see sending out to the companies that I'm going to have a giveaway for my 15,000, and do it with you guys, right? The people that come, we won't announce it. It'll just be a Friday Night Flicks. All I do is I will post every 1,000 typically subscribers just on my thank you guys on the community tab and on Instagram. Because I am not only humbled, but amazed and very, very, very thankful that anybody finds my content worthy. So I appreciate that. But I think I can get together, I can work the system, not for knife reviews as much as for to get some good giveaways, because manufacturers want that. Jim, you are having a run of luck and you deserve it, buddy. You absolutely deserve it. They all go where they're supposed to go. It's all kind of the way it works. And there'll be more. Like I said, I promise you there will be more. There is, buddy. You can call me. I'll talk you through it. Epileptic thoughts are not good. They're better than salvia thoughts. Salvia thoughts are very creepy. (1-800-Kaleidoscope). What's that? I remember Pocket Metal has a thing where he sees a lot of circular objects that it makes him have headaches or freak out, kind of like epilepsy. I forget what it's called, but we Googled it one night on Metal Mondays, and there were pictures that I couldn't even pull up. I mean, because literally they're that one. What do you mean ads? Todd, the Cold Steel Airlight is fantastic, and that will be a giveaway coming up. But it is probably, that thing's got like, I want to say 900 views. It's got a ton of views. It's a great knife. It's something that I didn't even think Cold Steel was capable of, because it's thin, it's sleek, it's a really good knife. But no, guys, I don't know. Yeah, ads with YouTube are weird. I mean, I watch lives and not get an ad, and then all of a sudden get an ad, or see that people get ads and not get an ad. So I don't know how they do that. I'll always set my lives to monetize, but I was always under the impression that just meant that you see an ad before you come into the live, and then people that watch the live afterwards can see an ad. I didn't think they served live ads, because it's a live show. You wouldn't want to miss if it was, this isn't riveting content, but if we were talking drama and I was dropping names, getting ready to be just assaulted in my DMs, and then an ad came up and y'all missed the deets that I was dropping on my heated drama, that would be unfortunate. I would have a problem with that, because then people might just get the last part of the name and they might not get the drama. That they might just get the out and not get the did this or did that. That's not good. Speaking of Google Docs, are y'all familiar with Scott N's knife tube schedule? I'm sure y'all are. I'm going to pull it up. And for those of you that might not be, it's a great site to bookmark if you ever want to see who's live when. And they're not, sometimes people will miss their slot, or there's some slots on there that are not fully active. But I just added one for Tuesday nights at 10:15, because nothing was going on Tuesday nights at 10:15. And I thought it was an early enough insomniacs, but this is a Google Calendar, right? So I'm going to drop this link in here. And if y'all can click on it and save it, that is the knife tube schedule that is updated regularly by Scott N. And you can click into any day and it'll show you who's live and when. And I think it's I'll share it with y'all. I think it's a great resource for the community. I've had the pleasure of meeting Scott several times at Blade Show. He's a wonderful human, but he puts all this together. So for example, if we want to look at today, whoops, where'd it go? So these are Knives Owl's live right now, and this is all that was live today. And then you can look at tomorrow. And then you got other things that are happening in different places. This has probably got the River's Edge Cutlery thing on it. International Be Up Day. So yeah, if you ever want to find out what's going on in the community, this is it. Oh, National Knife Day's coming up. I wasn't aware of that. And I got the shirt last year. Oh no. I'm only gonna do it. And the ones at 10:15, I've done the random sit and spins, and it's about 30 people, and it's only for a couple of hours. But no, I'm never gonna do that. And you won't see, not that there's anything wrong with it, but you won't see my mug except for my little logo that's AI on thumbnails, which seems to be the hot thing right now. Is to throw your mug on your thumbnails. Nothing wrong with it. I think it's cool. But no, I do this and I like going live. Right now I'm not working, so it works for me. Tuesday nights after Tri-State, it's kind of slow, and I enjoy just kind of engaging and talking and hanging out with y'all. Now, if I ever put up a live that's called the Shillathon, you'll know that it'll be me showing product, trying to show you the cool stuff, but y'all look at that stuff anyway. So I won't waste anybody's time on a live stream doing it. There's a knife that I'm interested in that I feel like showing you guys to see if y'all are interested in it, because I'm not big into, or I haven't been in the past big into autos. And lately, I've gotten kind of interested in different autos. And the auto that I am kind of digging right now, I'm gonna pull the out of stock one, even though we'll pull the black one because it's in stock. Y'all tell me what you think of this knife from ProTech. The Oligarch. Little sheep's foot. Magna Cut. This is the DLC 315. I think it's 300 regularly. Got a little lanyard loop there. Really thin blade. Little sheep's foot. What do y'all think about the Oligarch? Shillathon is a great name, isn't it? Instead of sit and spin, I could call it sit and chill. Matter of fact, you think the handle's hideous? Let me look at it again, because I wasn't even paying attention to the handle. Let me look at it. It is different. And this is a Sinkovich design, which, if I'm not mistaken, he made a lot of what's the Kershaw high-end American knives that I can't think of, the maker that used to be really big and overbuilt. Then Sinkovich, they did a lot of small ones. Somebody throw it out there. What is Kershaw's high-end brand, the American-made knife that I can't even think of, which tells you how they've got a Hinderer version. Yeah, I like it too. The back strap looked really cool on it. I'm going to show y'all a knife here in just a second, but I'm going to Google this. Hold on. Kershaw premium line. I'm just having a zero tolerance. Okay, I was just having a brain fart or stroke. Yep. Zero tolerance. I was having a stroke. But Sinkovich, I think, had a lot of zero tolerance designs. But check this weird knife out. Have I shown you all this yet from concept? This is about a $50 knife. This is about half an inch bigger than my PM2. So it's full size, but it's got this back spacer. It looks like it would be aggressive, but it's not. It's jimped. This is a Mikhail Williamson's design. D2 blade that's kind of this weird drop Tonto. Button lock that's just buttery. And this thing is a laser beam that really makes no sound when it goes through material. It wasn't really my jam in look because it's such a big knife, but it's got a forward choil. I don't know if you can see that finger choil in front of that flipper. So it's got really nice jimping, both on the butt, which is really helps the grip because the micarta is smooth. I'm not a big fan of the micarta. I don't know what other material the handles come in, but it is just a comfortable knife. I've not gone through a lot of cardboard, but I've got to break some cardboard down this weekend, and I'm planning on using this. Now, I wish it had thumb studs. I cannot flip it up here, but I was showing you guys earlier, I can flip it down there, but it's not real comfortable. But the flipper tab works great. No button stick. And I think it's about 48, 49 bucks. It's called the Concept Helix. So that was one that came in that I thought was really cool. And then again, last night I was surprised because on Duty's live, that was talking about people getting scammed, and it was talking about a lot of YouTube reviewers. They didn't call any out by name, but they were basically just saying everything's great. But I think this knife, for me, has been a great knife. This is the little Pyrite Light. Has no flex because it's got steel liners. Very light, nice blade. For me, it's got a perfect handle. Super thin blade stock. And I gave it for $39. I said it was a huge win. And when I saw that in Duty's live, I was kind of bummed because I would think, I wonder if they just got a bad one, or I wonder if it was misrepresented as a heavier knife, because of course it's not. It's a light. But I mean, this thing is a lightsaber. Look at that. And I whacked it, even though I'm not a spine whacker guy. I went ahead and put some spine wax on it when I was doing the show and tell. So I don't know if my content would actually be called reviews, even though I cut cardboard with it. I like the Pyrite design. And then these two are getting mailed out tomorrow. And then for those of you who are just getting here, who might not have been here earlier, this is my latest. God, these loops are so short. So this is my latest Jason Grant knife. It's a little custom chode. Not a J-cal because it's got two little finger slots there. I can get 3, 4 on it. 1.5 inch. Little hologram blade. And then Jason does a couple of different colors of these 3D printed Grant G beads. So this guy is a little ripper. And that tip, I love the way he does that Warncliffe and swoops it out there a little bit. So you've actually got a splinter digger. But I just think that is a cool little knife. And when he was working on it, God, it's been about 4 weeks ago because he was going to stop it. He's going to stop in pretty soon. But he had this little blank. And I said, sold. That is just beautiful. Again, it's different because I think this is a totally different kind of beautiful. And probably everybody's standard, much more refined as a knife that looks more like a knife. But that's what I love also about Jason's designs is they're kind of functional art pieces. And this is a functional art piece. This has got some of the most beautiful scales. Let me do this real quick. Hold on. But this is the Aries EDC pedal. Brother Paul Mill sent this to me, and it is just freaking the coolest thing ever. I don't have an Spider XL. The biggest cold steel I've got is my 4Max Elite. And that I forget because I got an email today. A Fook I think, won the SR1 last week, which was donated by Chris229, but it was almost as big as this. Jim Tagliaferri, the Morona, Brother Jim won it. But there will be more member giveaways. I'll try to do one, hopefully two every month. But this is the closest and the biggest in my collection. And I think it's the biggest knife. It wasn't. I had that PMP Tianto or Titano that I finally sold on eBay. It was bigger than that. But I have only been playing with this for about 3 hours, and I carried it until I put it on the table. This is the Tactile Chupacabra, and this is a fantastic knife. It uses the Snex lock, MagnaCut blade, 64, 65, or 63, 64. I have to look at the card again. But this knife's under $250, made in the USA, aluminum handles, MagnaCut blade, thick blade stock, but super, super slicey geometry. Just a laser beam. And I've seen a couple of reviews that talked about it being kind of slippery up here, which I've got the Wii Vision Vision R, which doesn't have any jimping, so maybe I'm just more used to where to pull, but I think there's enough jimping to get that handle pulled back. It's not a reversible clip, but I think it's a neat design. And we'll carry it for, see what it's like, cut with it. And then I brought some Old Faithful out here tonight, like my Mini 100 that I don't carry nearly enough. But I bought this at Blade Binge, and I added that clip. That is an Emerson clip, but it's a custom clip, and it's got a little creepy skull on there. But this is a neat little knife on washers. Lancelot Leather, what's up, Joe? And then I've got my Bug Out, which is a great knife. I know they've gotten really expensive. When I got this knife, this was the Blade HQ exclusive. It was in, I want to say 20 CV. And I want to say it was about $209. And then they had a Black Friday sale, and they had these on sale for like 170, maybe somewhere around there. And I picked one up. It had the gray G10 scales, so they were an upgrade from the FRN, an upgrade in blade steel. Put a couple of different sets of scales on here and settled on these Metin Boss. And it's just, I can't complain about this knife for what I paid for it. Now, is it worth what some of them cost now? I can't really say, but I do really like the Bug Out. My favorite Spyderco, or what I would consider affordable American-made knife, is the Manix 2, with a caveat. I'm not a fan of the Manix 2 liners, those real jimpy liners. The lightweight, I don't think, has those, but these rock scale design scales allow you to leave the liners in your box. So this is a G10 Manix 2. I think it's a Knife Center exclusive in crew wear. It's got Justin's lock kit that's got the lighter spring and the ceramic ball. And this is just a great knife for me. I like it better than my PM2s and even better than my Shaman. But I didn't when it had those jagged scales, probably because I don't, need that kind of grip. Kyle, what kind of manic scales are you looking for, buddy? Because I'm thinking I'd have to look. I know I gave some to Shane, but I may have a set of manic scales somewhere. Yeah, Rob, I was never, I wasn't an early bug out lover, but it was a knife because I like the 940. My first rail. It wasn't the first Benchmade I bought, but this was my first, the Benchmade that I wanted the most. And I know there's a lot of, different thoughts about this knife, but I know that it was designed by a rancher, not to be a ultra slicer, but to be more of a kind of a multi-use knife. And I just always liked it. I picked up this little guy first. That was my first Benchmade, this little Mel Pardue mini grip. And then I picked up my mini Locos. But after that, whoops. Of all the Benchmades I've bought, which I think it's about 8, I've never sold one. I've kept them all. And this is one that I traded with brother Dark Gravity for, which is kind of a unique one. This is the Benchmade Valet G10 M390 little gentleman's folder. And then I love my mini Adamas with my AWT Sniper Gray aluminum scales, which allowed me to get rid of the speed holes. I don't have them contoured anymore, but I like the way they feel. I like the way it looks. This is the knife that cut me the worst. I should rephrase that. It's the knife that I cut myself with the worst. It wasn't the knife's fault. It was me being stupid. Unlock composites are great. I had them on a Civivi Elementum. One of you kids won that knife. And then I had to break out because I have not been sharing my TRMs. I've yet to pick up a Bulldog, which is their newest knife. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Bulldog that has the river lock, like the Shadow. This is probably my favorite, just size-wise. This is the Neutron. I've got the Axon that's bigger than this, 3.5-inch blade. And then I've got the Nerd that's smaller than this. But just a great, slicey 20 CV knife on washers. And the TRM people are so sweet. They're so kind. And then Old Faithful. This is my second Malibu. I had a smooth Malibu that I picked up at Northern Knives in Alaska because they had it in stock back when you couldn't get them. Probably the first year of me collecting. This was one of the first 5 over $100, over $200 knives I bought. The smooth one. But then I picked this up at Nashville's knife show. And this is the Malibu, the OG textured Malibu. I still think, even though the Mordax I like just as much and it cuts better, this is a cool little knife. but I've never been attracted to the Warncliffe, which for me is weird. Because usually when I find a knife that I like, I would want both blade styles. It just hasn't happened to me. That doesn't mean that it won't one day, because my shit changes up so often into what I like or what I'm interested in. But I can sit here and gush on this knife a little bit. This is, for me, a fantastic knife. It's very unique. It's very gentlemanly, understated. It's got a great front flipper, great materials. I can highly recommend that. And I think anybody would be happy with it. You know, I don't know if somebody's looking for a $199 carbon fiber S90V knife that looks like this, but to me, it's unique. It's functional. I'm curious if Maddie's held one. I would even think it would fit Maddie's hand because it does have such a good choil. Mayor Salt, I think it is not just too pricey. I think listening to Lefty and them talk last night, I think there's a whole nother level of knife making, because you have to think about where Halliburton titanium came from and TRM. There's a whole nother geometry, lock setting, science that comes into anytime you make a frame lock. Right? I think it's like people say, they were saying last night, it's very easy to make a bar style lock, especially in a mass production standpoint, because everything doesn't have to be paired perfectly. But when you're doing a frame lock, evidently there's a lot of individual tuning that has to happen before it. Now, I don't know how the Chinese companies do it, but they were talking about that. I want to say last night on Lefty's Live, maybe it was somewhere else, but I wish they'd try a frame lock too. A lot of people I've heard lately that frame lock's their least favorite type of lock. It's definitely my favorite, without a doubt. I mean, whether it's the Chris Reeves integral lock, which is what this was to start with, I think it's wonderful. I love the way that the grip helps engage the lock bar. Import frame locks, domestic frame locks, I just love them. Yeah, I'll take them over a liner lock every day too. I do like the steel lock bar, but I'd heard forever how terrible Striders were with lock stick. And when this knife, I first got it, scotching things helped me get it. It had a little bit of lock stick and it didn't have drop shut action, but there is absolutely no lock stick now. Whoops, that was just smooth as it can be. I love this knife. This is the Crosshatch G10 PD1. I think that's the blade seal. It's got a weird blade seal. PD and then the number sign 1 is the blade steel. Kyle, I tend to agree with you, buddy. I'll tell you, and this is no shit, something Vosteed and Kaiser have somehow found a little secret sauce that makes the Axis lock better. It is, they're snappy. The drop bear is snappy, and the Dachshund is snappy, and the Talosaurus is snappy. I think they're winner. Oh, really? Knife Eclectic? That is a newer one, but it doesn't have a steel lock bar insert. Paul, it stayed sharp. I know it's a tool steel, and I keep it waxed up, even though it's treated. I don't know if this stuff's good or not, but I've heard good stuff about it. and I use it kind of religiously. But yeah, guys, Delicas are great. I would really, there you go, Kyle Coonley knows. Is one of them Crucible and the other one Uberhole, or are they a little bit different, but pretty much similar? Why do these go so quick? Well, guys, no Strider has a lock bar insert. Yeah, you mean none do, right? Yeah, I don't think this one does. But it doesn't, you know, it doesn't bother me. It was something I kind of was concerned about, but I like the knife so much. First, I got the two Protex. I got the PT 07 first, which is the little textured Magna Cut built off that Strider shape. And Scotch and Things has the PT Strider that I really wanted, and when I could afford it, he wasn't willing to sell it. I don't blame him. And then my brother from another mother, Paul Mills, and I traded, and he let this go to me, which is the Protex Strider SNG. And then after falling in love with both of these knives, I decided I was going to jump on a Strider if I could. At the time, I could afford it, and Scotch was nice enough to get in the Facebook groups and find me one. And I trusted him because he's dealt in so many Striders that he was able to vet people. He knew who he was dealing with. He bought the knife. I actually saw it on an unboxing, and he said he bought it with the intention of selling it to me, but there was no pressure for me to buy it. I didn't have to. Even before he talked about it, I watched it, and I texted him. I was like, dude, I'm absolutely sold, and thank you. And I've loved it. You know, when I first got it in, it was stiff, like my Spartans were, like my TRMs were, for that matter. You know, I think washer knives, with the exception of Benchmades, Spyderco's, I guess, too, they really break in well. And I think I told you guys, I picked up some thick washers from Skiff and put them in several knives, but the ones that they've stayed in, this McNeese Mac 2 is a bearing knife. The Skiff thick washers are the same thickness. They're designed to replace bearings if you want to run washers in your knives. And so I've run them in the Buzz. I took them out and put bearings back in. I ran it for a while in the Axon, a different set, my Vero. Took them out and put the bearings back in. This knife, to me, is better with the thick washers. With a little slick 'em all, thick washers. I think I've got a video where I put them in here, but it's just on another level of smooth and nice. And I'll show you another project knife. So they make the thick washers for all popular bearing size knives. So I got a little set for my Civivi Baby Banter. Now it's not drop shut because the blade is a little lighter. But what I love about washers is that close. You can feel the detent grab it. Perfectly centered. Absolutely no. Mark Parks, I will get you a set. And I will send them to you to try. I would never have thought, because I love the drop of a McNeese, but you just saw, I've got the pivot. Look, I got the pivot cranked down, so there's no play at all in this knife. But that is, it'll drop to my thumb. Whoops. Let's go back up here. Drop to my thumb. And again, it's not that fall shut, but it's definitely smooth as glass. And I don't know if it's just because the way that these channels are cut that they fit so perfectly, because my buzz, they're different size Skiff thick washers, but I put them on the buzz and it was cool for a few days, but it didn't take me long to want the bearings back in it because it was more of a push shut kind of knife. This is a great knife that I don't exactly know why they didn't sell more. And what I don't know, I'm gonna look up because I don't know what the blade steel is in this bud. I think it's 20 CV or Devo bud. All right, what the fuck was that? Got in that Google Calendar. I think it's, let's see, Devo Buzz 20 CV. Really nice little knife. I bought it late off Devo's website, but I've never been. Oh God, dude, Gracian, it's a huge difference. I put multi-row in my Evo. I've got to order another set because I noticed the first time ever I've had this happen, they were multi-rows and one of my ceramic balls fell out and I lost it. I don't know where it was. I never saw it fall out, but it's not in there. You don't notice it because there are 18 other bearings. But this, I never was a big fan of the Stout, but I'm a huge fan of this knife. And I think this knife will probably go away because I think it was probably one of their, and the reason I think that this knife did not fly off the shelves is it's, to me, I bought the mash before I bought this. I actually bought 3 mashes before I bought this. They're too similar. So Lefty and I went back and forth. They don't look anything alike if you're looking at them side by side, but as a knife collector or knife user, they occupy the same space in my collection, if that makes sense. All right, kids, we've been going for 3 hours and 4 minutes. So I love you all. I am always stoked when you come hang out with me. What I always ask is come back, tell a friend or two. To me, again, I always enjoy hanging out. I always enjoy having giveaways. I won't publicize them, but I'll always at least try to have a subscriber giveaway. Guys, go hang out said faction. I'm going to try not to fall asleep after I run to Taco Bell to get my Mexican pizzas. But please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Don't use your face on thumbnails. Choose debate, not hate. I love you all.